Our headlines today. Long-term plans to improve staffing in the NHS, including training thousands more doctors and nurses. But critics say action is needed now.
More than 400 arrests after a third night of rioting across France. Clashes began after police shot dead a 17-year-old boy in Paris on Tuesday.
Good morning. Energy bills are set to fall from tonight as the regulator cuts its price cap. I'll explain what it means for your gas and electricity costs.
Hey there, this is Dolly Parton and I am on BBC Breakfast. You watch us.
The Queen of Country will tell us about her new rock album, singing alongside the likes of Paul McCartney and Elton John.
Welcome, BBC Breakfast.
Novak, lovely to meet you. Thanks for having us. Really
Nice,
appreciate
thank you. Thank you for your time. It's great to have you. Please, come in.
Go.
It's an invitation from the greatest men's Grand Slam winner of all time, Novak Djokovic, taking us behind the scenes at Wimbledon.
While England fight back in the second Ashes test at Lord's, but they still gift Australia 3 cheap wickets to undermine their position with a nervy third day ahead in a match that's so finely poised now.
Dame Esther has given her first television interview since being diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer.
She spoke to the One Show's Alex Jones about her priorities, and she said she doesn't want to die working. It's ahead of the release of her new book, which looks back on her life.
It does concentrate your mind to be told you've got stage 4 cancer. You do think, well, wait a minute, I've got less time than maybe I had assumed. So you prioritise. You are with your closest family. I wanted just to spend the time with the people I cared most about.
And we, of course, wish Esther all the best. She is such a formidable personality. I use that in the best possible sense. You know, all the work she's done and the various programs and charities she's been involved in, quite amazing. So her book will be very interesting.
And you can see the full interview with Esther on The One Show tonight at 7 p.m. on BBC One. Some
of the front pages, starting with the Daily Telegraph, leading with what it calls a radical reform of the NHS, which its hope will save taxpayers £10 billion over the next 15 years and help boost the workforce, crucially. And the Metro, Groundhog Day for Rishi is the headline. The paper reports on a ruling by the Court of Appeal that government's plans to send asylum seekers to Rwanda are unlawful.
Now, The Times carries a photograph of the woman whose teenage son was fatally shot by police in Paris earlier this week. The paper says she led a march of 6,000 people in his memory.
BBC News website reporting on the latest violence broken out after the death of a 17-year-old in Paris. It's one of our main stories this morning. More coverage, of course, throughout the morning. The site saying that shops have been looted in the French capital. Cars also set on fire.
Fabulous pictures that you may have seen in the papers this morning. An inflatable, multicoloured sculpture. OK, so it's here. You can see this here. It's being done in Manchester, but they're massive because I think you can just see a person by the red ball there. This is by the Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama, and her exhibition is the first public show at Manchester Aviva Studios. They're the old Granada studios, and it's cost. The studios themselves went massively over budget, but this is described as the largest new national cultural project since the opening of the Tate Modern in 2000. But this exhibition there's a preview, but it's like these towering cartoon-like creations. They've proven popular around the world, and they're coming to Manchester.
I'm just thinking, pity the person with the bicycle pump who's got the job of inflating all of those.
That's exactly what they used, a bicycle pump.
I thought it might be. Just a couple of stories from the other inside pages here. Dance floor favourites. So DJs talking about the songs that always work. They've done a top of the charts for a function. And what do people want to hear? Would you like to hear the rundown?
Yeah. Well, is the top one your top one?
Well, no, but you can imagine it being very, very popular. So number one is Dancing Queen by ABBA, which is kind of a given. Number 2 comes in as Come On Eileen.
I was going to say Come On Eileen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which we were only talking about it just the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
With Kevin Rowland. And then I see coming in at number 3, I should be doing the voice, shouldn't I? Coming in at number 3 is I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. A Whitney Houston song. And then we've got some Living on a Prayer by John Bon Jovi. It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. Some of them are predictable.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Since we're speaking to Dolly Parton, you've done an interview with Dolly Parton.
That's right.
Is she on the list?
No.
OK.
No.
And Europe. We're also speaking to Europe, who are back on tour. Is Europe on the list?
No.
The final countdown. That's going to be the earworm for you this morning.
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
written, of course, by Dolly Parton.
Yes.
It's her song. Can I just one other stat from this? 46% of those people polled think they are a great dancer. OK.
Good.
And then 40% describe their style as dad dancing. 14% say that all they do is move from side to side. I think that's the one you've got to believe. Moving from side to side.
It's just how much you put in with the dancing from side to side, isn't it? Anyway, dance like no one's watching. Fabulous.